Today I fucked up by Dutch ovening my whole 6th grade class. Today I fucked up. Disclaimer. This happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I originally posted it as a comment on you, queer Harvey Babe's dance floor post. When I was in 6th grade, my school had this thing called a Star Lab. It was basically an inflatable mini planetarium. A whole class could fit inside and watch the outer space projections on the ceiling. Cool, right? Except it was very dark, you had to crawl through a tunnel to get in and out, and I suddenly felt super claustrophobic. I tried to sneak out a nervous fart, but I ripped ass instead. It echoed, and it stank. Kids yelled, gagged, and fell over each other trying to get out of the Star Lab. I had just turned it into a real gas giant. In a likely violation of the Geneva Convention, the teacher ordered everyone to sit down and remain in my fart bubble until the space presentation was over. This teacher was retired military, and thus completely unfazed by my weapon of ass destruction. It was dark enough in the Star Lab that no one could confirm that I was the source. That was the only saving grace. I'm not sure how much anyone learned about space that day. The take-home was, the Star Lab smelled like Uranus. TLRI farted in the Star Lab and Dutch ovened my 6th grade class. Absolutely lost it at, real gas giant, legendary. Honestly, you didn't just learn about space that day, you became a part of it. I mean, every planetarium show has stars and planets, but how many get to experience the true essence of Uranus? Your teachers hold the line, discipline under pressure is next level, though. Hats off to you both for surviving a truly cosmic disaster. This is peak comedy. Is this a copy pasta? I swear I have seen this exact story somewhere a couple of days ago on Reddit. Edit. I didn't read until the end because I had already seen it. Cold sweat smile. My weapon of ass destruction. LMFAO. I did something similar to myself when I was a kid. My friend and I stayed up late playing Monopoly and drinking wine. It was those little cartons of concentrated grape juice where you add like 1 carton to a gallon of water, but we were drinking it straight with no water. Then we decided to play army men and I crawled into my trench head first. It was my sleeping bag. Whereupon one of the most rancid farts I've ever had snuck out. The smell was so bad I started crying and then I panicked and tried to turn around inside the sleeping bag, which caused me to get stuck. I thought I was going to vomit or crap my pants. Your original comment had me and my friends in tears yesterday. Today I fucked up by telling the maintenance man what I do for a living. So this isn't really a huge fuck up but kind of a funny, incredibly cringy story. I recently moved into a new apartment and was having trouble with my washing machine, so the maintenance man came over to take a look. I happened to have my work computer open and as he was leaving he saw I was working in an Adobe program. He asked what I do for a living and I told him I'm a graphic designer. He immediately got very excited and asked if I could hold on while he went to grab his phone. My first thought was that he was going to ask if I could make something for him, which is something I'm used to, but instead he comes back and starts explaining that his daughter is currently going to school for graphic design. I said that's awesome and he asked if I could do him a favor and wait a moment while he called her. I said yes. This is where things got messy. There was already a bit of a language barrier going on because he isn't fluent in English, so I wasn't really able to ask why he wanted to call her, but I assumed he was just oddly excited to tell her he had met another graphic designer. Not the case. What he actually wanted was for me to speak with her. Background info. I'm a recent college graduate myself and have only been in the field for a couple years. I'm also very socially awkward. He calls her, says some things in Spanish that I assume was something along the lines of, I met someone who's a graphic designer, and then he proceeds to hand me the phone. Thrown off guard, I reluctantly take it and on the other end is a very confused girl who sounded about the same age as me and was definitely fluent in English. We both had no idea what was happening. I don't know what her father thought we were going to discuss, but the exchange that followed was a series of awkward hellos and mumbled confusion as I tried to ask what he wanted me to say to her. He just kept gesturing and saying, talk with her, but I wasn't prepared or comfortable talking about a job I'm new to myself, and it was obvious from her voice that she was also uncomfortable, so I just said I'm sorry and gave the phone back. Her father seemed to finally realize he had created a very uncomfortable situation, thanked me, and then left. I'm still cringing at how awkward I was. Too long did not read. I told my apartment maintenance man that I'm a graphic designer and he called his daughter expecting me to provide her with advice or something, but I'm too socially awkward. Honestly, the FU was just not to handle it more gracefully. Once it was clear that she didn't know what his agenda was either. Now you're just two people having a human interaction. Hey haha, your dad seems pretty enthusiastic about your graphic design career. What program are you in? Oh cool, I hear that's a good one. How long do you have left? What are you working on right now? Your dad seems really proud of you. Good luck with everything, have a great day. And then you're done and everyone is happy. I know it's not that easy to think fast when it seems like someone wants something from you and you don't know what, but it's usually okay to derail a conversation. Especially if it's already off the rails, to find common ground. It sounds like he just wanted you to encourage her and maybe explain what path you took to get where you are. Not the asshole, but maybe start adjusting your mindset so that if similar opportunities come up in the future where you can encourage and/or educate someone, you can happily make the most of them. Classic old Hispanic parent behavior. Oh, you do the same thing as this other person I know, so you must be able to help and totally relate to him, her. He's obviously proud of his daughter. Parents, am I right? Sounds like a group of autistic people.